Verse TV, week 124.
Yes, the homos Einstein said. And this is coming from Uncle Hayden. Now, this is a quote, and it says, "Women marry men hoping they will change. Men marry women hoping they will not change. Now, inevitably, both will be disappointed." And that's a quote from Albert Einstein. And the question, have you ever had such hopes in a romantic relationship of yours? And how might this quote connect to a homosexual love connection? And why are such hopes bad or good? And Troy, take it away with the order.
All right, cool. So I know that Marvin has to get out and we press the time, so let's get through this. But there are 3 parts, A, B, and C. So the order is going to be Chrissy first. Lady of the house is going to lead off the main topic. Then it's going to be Momo. Then it's going to be Marvin. Then it'll be myself. But I'll ask you guys the questions over again. So Chrissy, starting with you, have you ever had such hopes in a romantic relationship of yours? Hoping in a man to change.
Yes, I have. But it was with because I married the illusion. I married the representative. You know, and then the representative started showing their true colors. You know, I fell in love with the representative, and I love that person. I actually liked that person, but when the representative went away, I was like, damn, I don't even like him. Like
Who are you?
Right, like who are you? And I'm married to this, but yeah. I don't know. I don't think it should be that way. As far as if you marry someone to ultimately end up hoping that they change, you should marry them because of who they are, and not who they represent themselves as.
Copy. All right. Momo, have you ever had such hopes in a romantic relationship of yours?
I mean, of course, you say you want people to be better, think they're going to change, but, people don't never change. They only change with somebody else after you done taught these motherfuckers how to, I think that's my biggest.
That's good.
Teach them how to love, so that the next person they get with, they know, because most of us, we just accept anything. And I'm the type of person, I'm not accepting anything, and I'm not closing my mouth. I want to speak the fuck up. And when you speak up, people start to run. Let them run. They pussies, but they'll learn. They'll get it later.
They sure will.
In the block.
You're going to learn today.
What was the lesson?
Okay.
You will learn to motherfucking day.
Okay. So next up is Marvin. Have you ever had any such hopes in a romantic relationship of your own?
Of course. You get with somebody and they're like, I'm different. Comes to find out they are the leader of not being different. They are the leader of the pack that's all the same. So, I mean, but I feel like my biggest lesson from that was really me. Like, it was really, I think you can agree to journey with somebody because people do grow, people do change, but it's really about you having the capacity to hold space for that growth. Like, do you have the patience to hold space and be there? If you say you're gonna wait, if you say you can do it, actually do it. You know what I'm saying? I found out I can't do it. I could not do it. I did not have the capacity, the space, the ability, the tools. I just didn't. And it's not a bad thing, but I had to try it to realize it. You know what I'm saying? And I do think there are people who have the tools to do it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's great, but it's really about you. It ain't really about them. Like, can you wait it out?
Hello. Okay. Okay. So have I ever had like this for myself? I would say yes. Like you said, like you all said, like at the end of the day, we all want to get in a relationship and hoping that the person that we're with, if they're not where we want them to be, we can help build them to where, well, not build them, but motivate them, I guess, inspire them, help mold them to be what we want them to be. Words of power, right? Gotta choose the right ones. then we can make changes. Like Michelle said, though, you can't raise a man. So I realized at this point in my life,
Raise
at
a
34
man.
years
Say that
old,
again.
at 34 years old, I just realized I know what I want, what I don't want, what I will deal with, and what I won't. So I'm just don't show me representative, because I said I do like Medea said. You come up a bag on me, then I'm gonna leave you where you at, right where you standing. Because what I don't have time for is the foolishness. Go play PlayStation or go play Lotto. Don't play me or play people, because I don't have time for that. So yeah, that's how I feel about that, and that's on period. All right, so part number 2 to this part B is this. And it starts with you, Chrissy. How might this quote connect to a homosexual love connection? The quote is, women may marry men hoping they will change. Men marry women hoping that they will not change. Inevitably, both will be disappointed. So the question is, how might this quote connect to a homosexual love connection?
So my answer would be just guessing. So just
So not my field.
Let's put that out there. But I mean, it depends on the power of the masculine, feminine in that relationship in both people, because we all have like a masculine, feminine type of duality. So it depends on how it balances. You know, some people are attracted to people because of the way they are, and some people are attracted to people because of the way they look, but they're not necessarily good for them, so they want them to be better, and they think that being in their lives may shed some light or help improve them as a person ultimately. And some people like that change that women go through or whatever, that guys may not want to see happen with a woman in that type of monogamous relationship. You know, sometimes that happens when they're not feeling fulfilled, so, or satisfied somewhere. And the same thing with a homosexual relationship. You know, I'm guessing you know, it's the same type of ideal or attraction.
Gotcha. Who that back in the back? Chico? How you doing? I saw Chico run around, not just me. Momo, talk to the people. How does this quote connect to homosexual love? Lola is a girl? I'm sorry. Sorry, girl. Hey, girl. How might this quote connect to a homosexual love connection?
Well, I think most men, they look for, nowadays, most men, I'm not gonna say wait, I was gonna say wait. Most men are looking for certain things, right? They're looking for somebody that can build them up. They're looking for somebody that's already, you know, successful and, you know, that can build up. But I don't know, I tend to run away from people that's already successful and stuff like that, because when you go through life, you start to see how people value material items and don't actually value the person. That becomes a problem for me. Because if you're going to choose a material item over a human being, then, honey, you have a lot of digging to do. But it's always going to be a disaster, because one could be looking for money, and then the other one can be looking for just somebody that's young, cute, and they can, you know, mess around with. You know what I mean? It can go a lot of different ways.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Because
a lot more can go. Got it. Marvin, tell me, barbecue sauce on the chicken. Got it. I heard you. How might this quote connect to homosexual love connection?
Well, first I want to say this quote points out how these niggas ain't shit. I just want you to know. It just points it out how wonderful because you got the woman there sitting there accepting him where he at. Oh, I hope he change and grow and evolve. And then you got him sitting there like, oh, she's wonderful where she is. Stay there. Don't move for me. Like, what? Okay, so that's already fucked up. But I think in a homosexual, you know, same-sex situation, two men, for example, I think the same application should happen in a woman and a man. Like, it shouldn't exist. Like, you shouldn't go into anything, you know, expecting somebody to change, to grow. You should go in accepting that somebody will grow and will change over time. and then you don't go in being like, okay, I want you to stay exactly the person you are as I met you. You can't do that. You got to give people room to grow, and you got to give people across the board, you know what I'm saying, to evolve. And so I feel like, you know, you could transfer that to any gender relations. That's across the board. That's a human thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, there are my people are speaking in the room today. So how would this quote connect to a homosexual love connection? I just feel like if you're looking at the typical homosexual relationship where people are trying to feel like man and woman, top and bottom, this and that, this, they might fall into that quote because a real regular ass nigga is gonna be like, hey, stay who you are, where you at. And a real bottom dude that wants to be and embodies a woman in every aspect, I guess, trying to say it respectfully, might want, you know, him to change, like a typical woman, like this quote says. So I feel like the flip side of it, if you look at 2021 and the way things are now and the way LGBTQIACZ and all these different letters and levels and things to what's going on, that you can understand that things are different now, and it doesn't have to be like that. It could be like what Marvin was saying about, you know, just with a hope and an understanding that, you know, going into this, that hopefully this person can change and grow, but, you know, no expectations, because when you expect something, it always ends to be like, whatever you expect is not what it is, because you put the expectation on the person you don't know, which tends to be negative. That's not a positive or negative. They're not equal in the positive. It's negative and the positive, not gonna work. And so onto that, the last part of this, going with you, Chrissy, is why are such hopes good or bad when it pertains to that quote?
They're